There's this idiot named John Guandolo. He was an FBI agent. Now he's become an anti-Islam activist. And he went on a radio show of Tom Trento, apparently. I don't know where these radio shows are broadcast, maybe in their basement. And he talked about how John Brennan might be a Muslim mole. All right, here you go.
He has interwoven his life professionally and personally with individuals that we know are terrorists, and he has given them access to not only senior leaders inside the government, but has given them access to the National Security Council, the National Security Staff. He has brought known Hamas and Muslim Brotherhood operatives into those positions of government. He has overseen and approved and encouraged others to bring known leaders of Hamas and the Muslim Brotherhood into the government in positions to advise the U.S. government on counterterrorism strategy as well as the overall quote-unquote war on terror.
Oh, yeah. John Brennan brought in Hamas and Muslim Brotherhood into the White House. They're secretly running things, yeah. What is this, Homeland? You knuckleheads. But you think that's ridiculous, right? It's about to get slightly more ridiculous.
Finally, which some would say is most disturbing, is Mr. Brennan did convert to Islam when he served in an official capacity on behalf of the United States in Saudi Arabia. Yep. And the fact that foreign intelligence service operatives recruited Mr. Brennan when he was in a very sensitive and senior U.S. government position in a foreign country means that he is either a traitor, which I'm not saying, but that's one of the options, and he did this all willingly and knowingly, or he did it unwillingly and unwittingly, which means he is naive and does not understand. He has the inability to discern and understand how to walk in those kind of environments, right, which makes him completely unfit to be the director of Central Intelligence.
Man.
Wow.
Wow. John, 888-565.
I like that little bit of sip of wine. It appears right at the end. That might explain some of these theories. Did you hear what he said in the beginning? John Brennan converted to Islam. Really? Yeah, we missed that one. I mean, look, these guys, I mean, insanity squared. Okay, and so I'm not saying he's a traitor, but there's a pretty good chance that he converted to Islam. His secret name is Abdullah, and he's a traitor to the country, but it's possible that instead he's a Manchurian candidate. Well, are you not merciful that you've given us those options? Now, let me tell you a little bit about John Guandolo. He was at the FBI, right? Why did he leave the FBI? Because he was bragging to everybody about his sexual relationships with not just other agents, but also a government informant. Class act all the way. The only thing I find surprising about that story is that anybody would have a sexual relationship with that guy. In fact, of course, he might have been making that up too. Or he might have been on more wine, as he was later in the interview.
If I understand you correctly, you just said, and I know you qualified it with the conversion to Islam back in Saudi Arabia, I guess in the 80s or 90s.
That was one of the most disgusting, consumption of alcohol I've ever seen. It could be another substance, but there was a lot of swirling in there. Okay, kind of oaky, you know. I don't know how much of that he drank to come up with John Brennan's a Muslim theory. Look at this. All right. Look at all that swirling around in there. Okay, yeah, there you go. Keep swirling. Keep swirling. And then that little at the end. Class acts, these conservatives.